What's up, everybody? This is Joseph R. Wheeler III, the artist, the founder, and the president of the ONYXCON Foundation. And you are now tuned in to a special ONYXCON exclusive where I take you on a journey through my movie collection. We're going to be talking about DVDs and classic movies that you might want to watch and add to your collection. Welcome. Yeah, my film collection. And I'm going to be showing y'all some gems. Some stuff you may know about, some stuff you should know about, and just talking about movies. Things from my DVD collection. Let's get into it. So first of all, let me say that if you're somebody who does not have a DVD collection, all right, you're of the new age where everything you have as far as movies, music, all forms of entertainment come through your phone, come through a cloud, come through a streaming, come through an app. You might want to consider some hard copies of stuff. Now, here's my logic on that. When I moved in to a new space some years ago, I remember I had to get my Wi-Fi set up. Now, some of y'all gonna feel me on this. Some of y'all never been through this. But if you had to wait to get your Wi-Fi set up, which you typically do because you got to get in touch with the local company or whatever, and if you had to switch your provider or all that kind of stuff, right? You can sometimes end up waiting for weeks. Or they can get it set up and something's still wrong with it. And they got to come back and check the wiring and check the signal and check this and check that. And in the meantime, you got nothing to watch. Trust me, you got nothing to watch. Now, yeah, you say, what are you talking about? Your phone service still works. Yeah, you might go out and your phone signal might work and everything. But if you don't have Wi-Fi in your place of living, you're probably going to be you're going to be ass out. I'm just going to tell you the truth, real talk. Why? Because this signal is everything. Wi-Fi is everything. Think about your gaming system. If you got a PlayStation or Xbox or whatever, you still need that Wi-Fi for certain parts of your games to work. Some of y'all saying, that's right. When I think about it, yeah, it wouldn't work if that doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So, you got that hard copy. And as long as you got electricity, that's what it all comes down to. Electricity rules everything. We can say what we want, but it all comes down to the power source. If you've got electricity, you can do some things. Because then your TV works, then your devices work. And that's how I survived that time, is I just watched movies from my collection and caught up and went back and remembered, hey, I really like this. I always did love this. Now, it's been years ago, but it taught me. It said, man, don't ever be without a collection of movies. Have you some actual hard copies. For one thing, I'm a collector, so, I just come from the generations where you actually have tangible items that you cherish, you know what I mean? Sure enough, things do get old. Like I have a lot of VHS that just totally went to scrap. I had to toss them. They got moldy. I mean, the great thing about DVDs, I've never seen mold on them. Knock on wood. I'm not gonna say it's not possible, but got me checking them right now. Like, let me see, make sure you're nice and shiny. Yeah, you are. You're beautiful. Okay, one of the best formats they ever came out with. It definitely stands the test of time. And Blu-ray. Just the next level of it, but really and truly, I'm glad that a lot of players accept both DVD and Blu-ray because they realize ain't nobody about to throw away your whole DVD collection just because y'all don't went to Blu-ray, or now they talking about 4K or whatever. How many years is it going to be before we all got 4K TVs, especially at these prices? Man, whatever. You better make sure these DVDs keep working. That's what I know. So anyway, let me get into this. Let's talk about some favorite movies, okay? All right, so we're just scratching the surface, y'all. I got a lot of stuff I'm going to talk about, but we're just going to get into a few. Well, it's not really a few. I think I got about 20 movies here. I don't know. We'll see how short or long we'll make this first video doing this type of thing. And Will Smith and his son, Jaden. Now, some of y'all are already turning your face up, looking for, I didn't like that movie. Heard it all. I've heard it all. Whatever. Ain't talking to you. This ain't for you. This is for the people who've never seen it, who need an honest opinion about why this movie is great and why it's a classic. First and foremost, in the history of science fiction films, okay, in the long history of space opera, spaceships, far-off planets, space exploration, newfound colonies, blah, blah, blah. There has never, tell me I'm telling no truth with this. Tell me, please find something to top what I'm about to say. There has never been a father-son black lead movie like this. You ain't gonna find it. This is it, okay? For that reason alone, this movie is a classic. For that reason and the messages that were in this movie. My favorite quote from the movie. I live by this quote because it's very powerful and it's true. Will is always trying to, Will, if you watch Will Smith movies and really pay attention, Will is always trying to share golden moments, golden lessons, golden legacy, golden statements, stuff you can carry for a lifetime and change your life. He's always doing that. That's why I respect you, Will. I love you, Will. I can't wait to work with you one day, Will. You're one of the greatest of all time, brother. And I'll be the first to say it when everybody else, sometimes when people get to a certain level, people start, the haterism just goes just because they're just too famous. They're just too powerful. I got to find a reason to hate on this. Man, what? Hey, he had some bad movies that we all agree. Even he agrees, like he makes jokes about, Wild Wild West. I can remember going to sleep on that movie. I've never went to sleep on them. Well, not never, but rarely do I go to sleep in the theater. It's dark in there, it's cozy sometimes. Oh, damn. Okay, but this is different. And a lot of folks, another thing is it was Overbrook Entertainment. That's his company. Anytime somebody with that kind of power, I'm just going to say the truth of it all, as far as I'm concerned. He's a black man who got power, and he did it through his own production company. This is sci-fi. These are the genres that usually are not cherished or allowed as much in Hollywood for black folk. It just doesn't happen as often. So the critics dogging it out did his job. Other folks in the public are already ready to dog it out because they're on some just haterism of everything Will does, dogged it out. But in the end, you got a lot of people split down the way. You got people who are like me who know, man, I saw this movie. This movie was good. What are you talking about? It's a great father-son. It's the perfect Father's Day sci-fi movie that should always be respected for being what it was. Now, the only thing I had an issue with being a concept artist, being somebody who loves monsters and creature features, I didn't really like the monster. But that's here nor there, because the movie wasn't about the damn monster. The movie was about the relationship between his father and son. So, it's whatever. Even for my criticism, I don't take that away from still saying this is a classic. This is a classic. It was excellent. I'm looking, the special effects, the way it looked, good gosh. I mean, heavy duty, best of what you can be, budget level and everything. Hell of a movie. And I really hope somebody who has the power to, green light some stuff with Will, or maybe it just takes Will's green lighting power to do another one, And I'm saying this as an actor, I'd love to be a part. So Will, I don't know, you're a very powerful cat, and I never know. I've seen you pick up stuff that fans say and you respond. So hopefully you see this, man. I just want you to know this is from the heart, man. I love this movie. I really think it deserves a sequel, and to hell with the haters and the naysayers and the critics. Whatever. This is going to be one of those cult classics people are going to look back at and say, what were we thinking? That was really a good movie. Yeah, dumb, whatever. You're late. Yeah. So, another one that's a cult classic, and I'm calling it a cult classic before it's been, totally defined as such. This is Ken, y'all. If you ain't seen Ken, you're missing out. Ken is incredible, and it's not just because of the star who I know personally. I've met him, and he's been a part of ONYXCON. Shout out to my man Miles Truitt. If you don't know Miles, he was body bag boy on Black Lightning, which I was a part of. That's how I met him. We met on set, and I'll never forget meeting this humble young brother on set because he was so real. We were just talking casually about the biz and how long we had both been acting and stuff like that, getting ready for a scene in between takes. And I said something about what was it? I forget. I said something that got us talking about sci-fi movies. And he said, yeah, it's like when I was doing Kent. I said, wait a minute, because I knew about this movie coming out, right? I had seen Body Bag. I mean, not Body Bag. I'm about to say Body Bag Boy. That's the character on Black Lightning. I had seen Bag Boy, which was the movie a short film that led to this movie, made by two Australian twins and that's part of this too. When you buy this, you get that. That's part of this particular Blu-ray. So I'm just shouting that out because that alone is its own excellent short, right? And it also featured a young black boy who discovers this alien weapon and is trying to make a decision of how he should best use this because it's so much power. I mean, is he going to get into youthful mischievousness with it, or is he going to use it as a way of some form of powerful heroism, right? So that's kind of what the short was. In a very short, a true short film, it really got you thinking, man, this is amazing. What the hell did I just watch? Like, I'll never forget seeing this. I was like, yo. And I think a friend of mine told me, hey, man, you got to see this. And he said, this is before this ever came out. So then when I heard that they were making this, based on that, I was like, oh my gosh, I got to see that, right? No regrets. This is one of the greatest, adventure youthful hero of the story films as far as sci-fi goes of all time, because there's very few that, you know, focus on a kid being the hero of the story, so to speak, and it being sci-fi like that. This is a dope movie, y'all. Don't sleep. It did not get promoted the way it should have. I always say that's what really just killed what this should have been, as far as, you know, the money and, you know, all of that good stuff. Because here's the other sweet thing about it, that, you know, this is not a spoiler, all right? Because now it's been out long enough that most people know this, but one of the executive producers was Michael B. Jordan. Jordan is always, before Panther, after Panther, he's on a mission. My brother is doing it. Michael B., salute, fam. You are killing it. But he's in this, but he also produced it. And I'm not gonna say how he was in it, but the fact that he was in it, if they had just, you know, glimpsed his face for the commercial, I mean, you know, the ladies alone would have filled up the theaters. We would have gotten that money for it, right? You know, all those fans of it would have seen it get what it deserved, right? Another one deserves a sequel. This, I think, could happen. Just because, okay, it was. I feel like it was the fault of the promotions. I didn't hear as many bad reviews. There were a few, whatever, as usual. What are y'all talking about? Be quiet. You know what I mean? Great movie. A lot of action. Look at the gun. That ought to tell you all along. I mean, the design of that was just cool as hell. It's got a whole sci-fi element. And all I'm going to say is the final scenes, that right there is worth buying it. That's the final scenes. I was talking about the ladies, Michael B. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all, go get one. Go get one for real, though. And all of this is, by the way, this is all fandom via ONYXCON, through the ONYXCON Film Festival. These are not paid advertisements. This is just from the heart, true fandom for great movies that you ought to have in your collection. Ken, get that. Now, this is a documentary, but it is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And I'm a big fan of the whole movement of what this represented and what it still represents. You know, you still got folks crumping. Crumping didn't die. It wasn't just a trend. It's still a dance style, originated in Los Angeles, from kids from the hood, from South Central, as a reaction to so many elements societal of oppression, and just getting over that and letting the arts be your guide to a better life. I love this documentary. This is an incredible documentary. If you've never seen Rise, yeah. I mean, look at the foil cover. Isn't that dope? It was, from start to finish, it really covered the story. It really told you why these kids needed this type of release, why the style of dance looks the way it is, why it has the aggression, why it has the passion it does. And, you know, it explains the clown movement and how that more fun side of that Tommy the Clown, who's still around, shout out to Tommy the Clown, you know what I'm saying? I follow him on Instagram and everything. He's still doing his thing. Still got kids out there dancing, still graduating kids through his school, so to speak, of this dance tribe, and keeping this thing alive, as is everybody in the, you know, harder, more aggressive crump side of it, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tight Eyes. I follow him on Instagram, and we repost your stuff too, family. We love your, you know, your videos be dope. Every day you dropping heat. So shout out to everybody who's still a part of this. Always gonna be a part of this. Rise was dope. The movement continues. Get you a copy of that. Let's go into my Asian martial arts. Whew. If you love Kung Fu films, if you love ninja movies, if you love any form of East Asian martial arts films, yeah. This movie is dope, y'all. It just point blank hands this movie right here. And there's this monk in this movie, right? Yeah, that's my man right here. The old man here with the traditional long white beard. He's probably much younger than his character is, but they always give him that long fake beard like back in the day on the ones made in the 60s and 70s and everything. This is just crazy, man. I'm telling you. It says in the southern Chinese city of Guangxin. Hope I'm saying that right. Please forgive me if I'm just totally butchering words. I do pretty good with word pronunciation, but I do need coaching on some parts of anybody's other languages. But, you know, I'm pretty decent, so I think I said that right. Somebody help me out. Guangxin. During the Ming Dynasty, there lived 4 families, each of them faithful keepers of martial arts. Anyone who wants to establish a new form or technique of Kung Fu has to fight their way through the family's gates. But when one man's quest is rejected, he will be put through a series of fights, determined to prove that his sword is invincible. I'm trying to tell you. Another great martial arts epic. And let me get the other one to make my point. Y'all, most of y'all who are martial arts heads, you know what time it is. Ong Bak. Ong Bak. Come on. Y'all already know. Tony Jaa. Oh my gosh, this brother here, this is the dude. One day I gotta meet Tony Jaa. Just shake his hand and be like, thank you. Thank you for being you. I saw Ong Bak 1. I did not really like it that much. I need to go back and watch it again to see why I didn't like it. It's one of those things I just know I didn't like it as much. It wasn't that it didn't have the action. Of course, it's got the action and the martial arts moves and all that. But as I remember, the first one was like modern and it was, you know, urban and whatever. And it just wasn't what I was wanting from what I thought I was going to get out of the story, right? But to me, the movie, this series starts with 2 and 3. Starts and ends with 2 and 3. This right here is all you need. This is all you need, I promise you. This is one big movie. This is one day of your life sitting down watching movies if you want to spend time watching this. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. It's got historic elements. It's a total homage to his culture, being Thai, the Thai people, Thai boxing, the dance mixed with the martial element, the levels he goes through, and when he realizes certain things about his art to reach the next level as a master. Even the extras in this movie, the stunt guys and folks, they're so interesting and cool. Like, it's just memorable characters and battles. Like, hey, you saying, man, who is that dude? Like, and this ain't even like the star of the movie, but it's just like the dude had presence. So you just like want to look them up and know what they did. What else are they in? Incredible. And when the elephants are in the scenes, these are real elephants too now. This ain't no CGI, if I'm correct. They may have used CGI on some scenes, but as I recall, they had the real war elephants. Can't beat that. Like, real elephants? Okay. We switching gears, y'all. We keep switching gears. I'm diverse. I'm so diverse. ONYXCON, we're very diverse. Now, if you want to laugh, and I mean laugh hard,